Hey, what's going on, all of you wonderful and amazing people? I know I am sitting here looking busted, crusted, and disgusted, to be completely honest with y'all. Look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to leave in the fuck ups. I'm not going to be editing hardcore on this video. It just is what the fuck it is. We going back to the old school days for this video, and it might be in a couple of videos in the very, very near future. Just saying, I'm getting tired of this motherfucking editing bullshit just says. But I said, you know what? I'm sitting here. I just woke up. I'm starting to work. But I said, I got to come and give my fam bam a video and talk about a couple of key points and things that are going on today. Okay. For those of you who have been living under a rock, you may or may not know that Betsy DeVos or however the fuck you pronounce her name, she has been confirmed as our new Secretary of Education. Can you believe that shit? Someone who has absolutely no experience when it comes to public education, a person who went to the best private schools. Her family is a billionaire. Her dad was a billionaire. Her husband is a billionaire. This lady has no education degree. She has no degree in child development. Yes, she is going to be in charge of billions of dollars that fund public schools. Can you believe this motherfucking bullshit? And let me tell you the show enough fucking gag, okay? The show enough fucking gag. Of course, before she was elected or selected or voted in as our new Secretary of Education, of course, she went before the Senate. Now, she was asked a series of questions that should have been fairly easy for someone who is trying to be the Secretary of fucking Education, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to play that video for you because Miss Elizabeth Warren, she is my new shero. Let me just tell you that right here, right now. She is my new fucking shero because she low-key, without showing up reading her for filth, she read her for filth in a very classy way, low key. And she was like, she's not qualified to be the Secretary of Education. I'm just saying, she's a dumbass. She is not qualified. I know she is a billionaire, and she, donated a couple of $1 million to the Trump campaign when he was running for president. I know that's what she did, and this is the reason why you guys have picked her to be the Secretary of Education. But she is not qualified for this motherfucker shit. Let me play this video for y'all right now.
I'd like to ask you about your qualifications for leading the nation on higher education. The Department of Education is in charge of making sure that the $150 billion that we invest in students each year gets into the right hands, and that students have the support they need to be able to pay back their student loans. The Secretary of Education is essentially responsible for managing a $1 trillion student loan bank and distributing $30 billion in Pell Grants to students each year. The financial futures of an entire generation of young people depend on your department getting that right. Now, Mrs. DeVos, do you have any direct experience in running a bank?
Senator, I do not.
Have you ever managed or overseen a $1 trillion loan program?
I have not.
How about a $1 billion loan program?
I have not.
Okay, so no experience in managing a program like this. How about participating in one? I think it's important for the person who is in charge of our financial aid programs to understand what it's like for students and their families who are struggling to pay for college. Mrs. DeVos, have you ever taken out a student loan from the federal government to help pay for college?
I have not.
Have any of your children had to borrow money in order to go to college?
They have been fortunate not to.
Have you had any personal experience with a Pell Grant?
Not personal experience, but certainly friends and students with whom I've worked.
So you have no personal experience with college financial aid or management of higher education. Mrs. DeVos, then let's start with the basics. Do you support protecting federal taxpayer dollars from waste, fraud, and abuse?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. So do I. Because now we all know that President-elect Trump's experience with higher education was to create a fake university, which resulted in his paying a $25 million to students that he cheated. So I'm curious about how the Trump administration would protect against waste, fraud, and abuse at similar for-profit colleges. So here's my question. How do you plan to protect taxpayer dollars from waste, fraud, and abuse by colleges that take in millions of dollars in federal student aid?
Senator, if confirmed, I will certainly be very vigilant.
Yeah, I'm asking how. How are you going to do that? You said you're committed.
The individuals with whom I work in the department will ensure that federal monies are used properly and appropriately, and I will look forward to working with you.
So you're going to subcontract making sure that what happened with universities that cheat students doesn't happen anymore.
No, I didn't say
You're going to give that to someone else to do? I just want to know what your ideas are for making sure we don't have problems with waste, fraud, and abuse.
I want to make sure we don't have problems with that as well. And
Well,
if
here-
confirmed, I will work diligently to ensure that we are addressing any of those issues.
Well, let me make a suggestion on this. It actually turns out that there are a whole group of rules that are already written and are there, and all you have to do is enforce them. So what I want to know is, will you commit to enforcing these rules to ensure that no career college receives federal funds unless they can prove that they are actually preparing their students for gainful employment and not cheating them?
Senator, I will commit to ensuring that institutions which receive federal funds are actually serving their students well.
And so you will enforce the gainful employment rule to make sure that these career colleges are not cheating students?
We will certainly review that rule.
You'll
and
review
see that,
it? You will not commit to enforce it?
And see that it is actually achieving what the intentions are.
I don't understand about reviewing it. We talked about this in my office. There are already rules in place to stop waste, fraud, and abuse, and I don't understand how you cannot be sure about enforcing them. You know, swindlers and crooks are out there doing backflips when they hear an answer like this. If confirmed, you will be the cop on the beat, and if you can't commit to use the tools that are already available to you in the Department of Education, then I don't see how you can be the Secretary of Education. And I look forward to having a second round of questions.
Let me just tell you something, family. To be completely honest with you, without being funny, like seriously, for those of you out there who a lot of times you don't apply for jobs because you're like, you know what, I really don't have the experience, I don't have the education for it, and I already know they're going to turn me down for this. Let me tell you, let this be the prime example of why you should not sell yourself short when it comes to applying for a lot of these jobs that you feel like you're not qualified for. Because obviously it really doesn't matter the type of education you have or the type of experience you have. Because to be honest with you, this just, like I said, this goes to show that it's not necessarily what you know, is who the fuck you know. This is the prime motherfucking example. Because I'm pretty sure if she hadn't donated millions of dollars to the Trump campaign, she probably wouldn't have been selected or picked to be a candidate for, to be the next Secretary of Education. And like I said, this woman is someone who probably has never in her life even stepped foot into a public school, to be completely fucking honest with you. She said herself, no, I didn't have to apply for any Pell Grants. I didn't have to do anything like that. I didn't have to, you know, apply for free lunch at school. I didn't have to do any of that stuff because I was very fucking privileged. But yet and still, you're going to be over billions of dollars, somebody who has no knowledge, no working knowledge of anything that has to do with the education system. You're going to be over billions of dollars that fund these places. It is absolutely, it's scary and it's disgusting, family, that this woman literally at any given time can sit there and fuck up the entire works of the public education system. It's disgusting. And I'm almost convinced that Trump and his campaign, they want to dumb down the public education system. They want people to be dumb because they, you know what, girl, let's move on to the next topic of conversation. Y'all get ready for the foolishness and fuckery that will be taking place with Miss Betsy DeVos being our new Secretary of Education. The fuck? Let's talk about Kellyanne Conway, old Walking Dead looking motherfucking ass, who is making up these fake ass massacres to basically try to justify these racist ass policies that y'all president is trying to put in motion. Of course, all of these motherfucking things have been thrown the fuck out. I don't know. I guess he's thinking because he's the president, he's the end all be all. No, there are things called judges, boo. So she's saying there were two radicalized Islamic men who came over here and they basically were the masterminds behind this Bowling Green massacre, a massacre that never happened. And of course, she's saying, of course, y'all wouldn't know about it because the media didn't cover it. The media didn't cover it because it never fucking happened, you idiot. And can you guys believe that these people are actually running the country with these fucking falsehoods, making up all this fake ass shit, fear-mongering people to try to justify these racist ass fucking policies? Disgusting. Now, enough with all that old serious ass shit. I'm getting sick of this shit giving me a motherfucking headache. Let's talk about some, some shit that's low-key kind of, like, oh, for real, whatever. Trey Songz apparently has a dating show that is going to be coming on VH1. Let me tell you, I'm low-key here for that shit. I love these ratchet-ass dating shows that come on, like I Love New York, and you had Real Chance of Love, and of course, my all-time fucking fave, Flavor of Love. That was my all-time favorite dating show that came on VH1. I don't know about y'all, okay, but that was my all-time favorite dating show that came on VH1. So this Trey Songz dating show is supposed to be called Tremaine the Playboy or something. Now, some people said that it was kind of like a prodigy. I don't know if it's really going to happen, but apparently this is a reality show that's supposed to be coming on VH1. I'm not sure how long the shit is supposed to last, or if it's just supposed to be a 1 or 2 day thing. I don't really know. All I know is I'm here for it. Y'all could just Google the shit. You could probably go to VH1. The shit is on their website, so it looks like it's really happening. But I'm here for Tremaine the Playboy, even though it do look low-key ratchet as fuck. But them women that's supposed to be on there, girl, they bad. Just saying. Let's move on to Beyonce being sued for $20 million by the Messy Maya estate. Now, look, let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to be funny. I know Beyonce stans are, they ride hard for Beyonce. But I know when right is right and wrong is wrong, you got to stand up for what's right. And to be completely honest with you, if she did use the likeness of Messy Maya in her Formation video, I do think that she should have got permission for that, because that is copyrighted. I'm pretty sure if somebody took the likeness of her and put it in one of their music videos, she would definitely want to be compensated for that, or she would definitely try to sue them herself. So I don't blame them for trying to get some monetization out of it. Now, a lot of people are like, they shouldn't be doing this. I mean, she was just, honoring him, etc., etc. I mean, but again, right is wrong is wrong. And at the end of the day, it is a copywritten statement. Now, there are a lot of people who are saying that she was just honoring him, which, can be the case, but at the same time, you definitely have to think about, the legal actions that can be taken when you are using copywritten material. And, by him being deceased, his family has every right to try to see what they can get out of it. Because if you guys don't know, I think he was the one that said, what happened after New Orleans, So that was actually Messy Maya's voice. If y'all don't know who Messy Maya is, he was a very popular YouTuber that was murdered in New Orleans. So yeah, his family is suing Beyonce for $20 million. I don't know if they're going to get the full $20 million, but they might get something because she did use his likeness in her music video. Family, y'all let me know what y'all thought about all this shit down in the comment section. I know this video wasn't very long, but I had to come and sit there and talk on this because this motherfucking Betsy DeVos motherfucker and this Kellyanne Conway family, Trump's whole entire administration is a fucking joke, okay? And fuck you, Mike Pence. It was a 50-50 split, and you just had to carry your old Jeepers Creepers looking ass up in there and cast the deciding vote so this motherfucker be our new Secretary of Education. Are you for real, though? Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.